Do you think Jesus Christ, aka Yeshua, was he the son of Thoth, or was it the same person? And what do you think?
Um, Jesus. Well, we ain't gonna use Jesus. We gonna say Yeshua because we know by the name Jesus. Everybody should know that by now. So we gonna say Yeshua. I would say Yeshua being Pandora. I personally don't believe, based off research, that he was the son of Thoth the Atlantean. And the reason why, because people claim that if this child was an immaculate conception, child. People like Billy Carson, he says that even Miriam's mother, she was known for giving an immaculate conception. But according to the lamas in Tibet, and I'm going to read something for y'all. This is why I say the Messiah, if it was ever a Messiah, right now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to rule out that Yeshua was an immaculate conception. Just based off of this. Then we're going to get to, was he the son of Thoth the Atlantean? Or was he Thoth the Atlantean reincarnated? But let me deal with this immaculate conception shit. We got to go to the root of this first. And this right here coming from Law of Saint Rappel's book, The Third Eye. Listen to this. And this is talking about immaculate conceptions, how it takes place. This is coming from, again, The Third Eye by Dr. Tuesday Law of Saint Rappel. Well, again, this coming from his book, The Third Eye. Well, again, he is born to parents who can give him the opportunity of being a missionary. And then, and this is page 179, just so y'all know. Let me read it again. Get the shit all the way right so y'all can say I ain't making, I don't want y'all to say I'm making up shit. So I want you to listen to this closely. Well, again, he is born to parents who can give him the opportunity of being a missionary, and then it all depends upon how satisfactory he is in that work. And if he realizes that he is teaching the wrong things, then he might make a change and gather much benefit from it. Now, this is the point I'm getting to right here. He might, for instance, realize that there can be a virgin birth unless the offspring be female. Under certain circumstances, women can produce children without the no doubt pleasurable aid of a man. But on every occasion, the child so born will be female. If she grows up and marries and has a child, then the child may be female or may be a weak, sickly male. Let me read that one more time because I think that went over some of y'all head. If she grows up and marries and has a child, then the child may be female or may be a weak, sickly male. So in other words, if somebody was to have an immaculate conception, it would be a female. It wouldn't be a male. But now if that child that was had messes around and has a child by a man, that child would be a weakly male, according to Dr. Rampel. You never get a dominant person born without the aid of a man. This is coming from Dr. Tuesday Law of Saint Rampel. And he was a Lama from Tibet. And if anybody that has done any research, they would know that the Lamas were and are the custodians of the Egyptian high priest. And the Egyptian high priest is in the order of Melchizedek. The order of Melchizedek goes back to the Atlantean priesthood. This is where Thoth the Atlantean got his information from the Atlantean
Can you give us some information on who Melchizedek was?
Melchizedek is an order, but some people say that it's a person. But it's really it's an order. Mel is short for like melanin. Melchizedek is the order of the priesthood of the Atlantean priest. So Melchizedek. Now I got some books that talks about Melchizedek, but I think they have turned the Melchizedek priesthood into a literal person, just like they turned Jesus in the Bible to a literal person. but it's not, because the Jesus in red that you read in the Bible is not a literal person. It's talking about your soul, in which everybody has. Okay? And you can find out more information about that when you read the Gnostic teachings of Jesus in the book Ancient Egypt, Light of the World by Jeremiah. He got a whole chapter dealing strictly with Gnostic Jesus.
And where can I get that book?
Huh?
Where can I get that book?
Yeah, you can get it on Amazon. It's on. It's called Ancient Egypt, Light of the World by Jeremiah.
Cool.
So it's literally talking about the Adam cabinet once you're in your heavenly body. So let's say Jesus. Let's just say that he was born of immaculate conception. He would have been a weakly male. He wouldn't have been strong. Now, personally, I think that Yeshua being Pandora was extraterrestrial. The real historical Yeshua being Pandora. And was he was he Thoth the Atlantean? I'ma say mentally, yes. Physically, I don't think so. Let me prove let me prove it. All of the people that studied under the ancient Egyptian priest, they studied from the order of Melchizedek, because the priest, everybody that went to the initiation systems in Atlantis, they had to go through the mystery schools, and they were all taught the same thing. Meaning that if Yeshua, because we already know that Yeshua went to Egypt, okay? Hell, if you read the Aquarian Gospel of Jesus Christ, tell you that shit. He went to Egypt and he studied the mysteries of the Egyptian or the Kemetic priesthood. So he automatically had the knowledge of Thoth the Atlantean, because Thoth was the one that set up the mystery schools. So anybody that went through the mystery systems of Kemet, they had the knowledge of Thoth the Atlantean. In other words, they would be literally linked to his mindset. So anybody would say, well, that was Thoth reincarnated. Because the thing is that they was all taught the exact same thing. I don't give a fuck if it was Ramesses. I don't give a fuck if it was Tutankhamun. All of them was taught the exact same thing, because they all went to the priesthood of Melchizedek. Because, again, the founder was Thoth the Atlantean. He set up the mystery schools. And according to the Quran, it say, and we taught man the pen.
I got a question for you.
That we is the Atlantean priesthood.
What was King Solomon's role in the modern mystery school?
King Solomon?
Yeah.
King Solomon he's a representation of us in our heavenly body.
What was his influence on the mystery schools? Because, they have the King Solomon lineage.
That is it. I'm going to tell you like this. Now, follow me. Follow me good now. King Solomon, the actual person, King Solomon, never existed. I know that didn't fuck a whole bunch of y'all up. He never existed. King Solomon represents the original man and woman in their heavenly state. King Solomon represents a fully wired 12 DNA strand activated melanated person. All those 72 demons that he had to build the temple of Solomon that was supposed to be built. Every 72, boy, I'm about to get deep on y'all ass now. Some of this shit, I don't know if y'all ready for this shit, but I'm going to say it any fucking way. I don't give a fuck. And then we're going to get back on Thoth the Atlantean and his Jesus. As far as him being the reincarnation of Jesus. Kind of bouncing back and forth here. So y'all got to follow me now. King Solomon and the 72 demons. The 72 demons represent 72 stages of consciousness that we can possess because we have a functional pineal gland. And the heavenly body that was made according to the Gnostic text, the soul was designed by the 72 demons. The temple of Solomon is your soul or your heavenly body, the Adam Cadman, okay, or your light body. It was designed by 72 demons and 72 archangels, okay? Now, what's 72 plus 72?
144.
Right, 144. Similar to 144,000.
All right.
They say 144,000 is the ones that are the chosen. Well, the ones that's chosen are the ones that have 144 that can activate 144 higher entities or higher stages of consciousness and lower stages of consciousness. So the original man, because we have a fully functional pineal gland and we can access it through our neuromelanin, we can access the 72 archangels and we can access the 72 Goetia or demons that help structure the atom cabinet. That makes us Solomon. That's why Solomon in the Bible was the wisest king of any king, because he was getting his information from different stages of consciousness, which is the daemons or the genie or jinn, like Aladdin rubbing the genie, rubbing the genie to get the demon out of it or the genie out of it. The pineal gland represents the genie. Sparking that lantern would be your kundalini energy, a cosmic current, to awaken the Solomon in you. Solar man, because we're the solar man. The word Sol represents sun or soul. Amen means hidden. Also in Egypt, they had a temple called Om. It was a temple of light. The whole damn temple was built out of like gold. They called it the city of the sun. So, and it was where the priesthood of Amen was studied at. The temple of the sun, or the temple of Om. So Sol Oman was a solar man. It wasn't a specific person. So those that studied under what we would say the Solomon's high-ranking order, it's strictly talking about your soul. When you get fragments of that again in the Gnostic teachers of Jesus and the ancient Egypt light of the world, and then you can get more, go in a little bit more detail in the Gnostic text or the Nag Hammadi Library when you read the part of the Apocryphy of John. Okay, and then all of that is in correspondence to the Goetia demons, the lesser keys of Solomon. Now, I hope I laid that out for y'all the best way I could, because the pineal gland got 72 chakras in it. Okay, that's the Solomon seals and shit. Because once you activate that third eye, that crown chakra, there's a magnetic wave around your head, or a magnetic current that circles the head that forms up a halo, and that's the seal of Solomon. Now, if you want me to, I still can go into more detail on why that wasn't his son, Yeshua being Pandora, as far as being Thoth the Atlantean.
Is there any proof that Yeshua was not Thoth?
Yeah, simple it is. Thoth, according to the Emerald tablets, he claims that was a meditation that he laid out in the Emerald tablets to remember all your last incarnations. So, in other words, you could be reincarnated with all the knowledge that you had in your past life. If Yeshua was Thoth, why did he go to the mystery schools to learn the stuff that he was, like Reiki, and went to Tibet to learn Reiki and all this other stuff? If he was Thoth, and yet Thoth said that he was able to recapture all of his past life memory before he even would pass away to another dimension. He was able to take all of that with him to his current life. So it makes no sense. If Yeshua had been Thoth, he wouldn't have even had to go to the mystery schools or the Egyptian priesthood to learn that shit. And he would never had to go to Tibet and go to other places to learn it, because he would have already had it when he would have been born. He would have had downloaded like detailed files in him, because Thoth talks about the shit in the Emerald Tablets. So it makes no sense. So for somebody to say that they was Thoth, they would not have to relearn it. It would already be with them. They will automatically know it, because it would be instilled in them. Because he said it right in the Emerald Tablets. He gives and I'm gonna tell you the meditation he said to you. He said on the point of, I ain't quoting it exactly, but he said on the point of when you're about to pass away, basically die, when the fingers of death is about to touch your body. Focus on the center of your brain and hold your consciousness there. This will allow you to retain all of your information. So once you pass over and you are reincarnated, you can have all of that knowledge with you. That way nothing is lost. So once you're reincarnated, you'll be able to remember everything from your past life. That's in the Emerald Tablets. I ain't quoted word for word, but damn it, I got close. Okay, because it basically say something like that. And if anybody want to challenge me, I go get shit and show it to you. So that couldn't have been Thoth, because Thoth was able to retain all of his knowledge from all his past lives. So if, again, one more time, if Yeshua, if anybody claimed that they was Thoth the Atlantean, they would have been able to retain their past life information.